Are you in the market for a new car you'll still be paying for in 8 years? No? These days, chances are a dealership will offer you a long-term car loan. Long-term car loans have lower monthly payments, which make an expensive new car seem affordable. In reality, you end up paying a lot more for the car. This video explains why long-term car loans don't benefit car buyers. We discuss why American car loans have evolved from short to long-term, what you need to know about long-term car loans, and why those loans are a bad idea. We'll also give you some tips for saving money when you're ready to buy your next car. In 1919, GM offered America's first car loan. Car buyers had to put 35% down and pay the loan off within a year. Toward the end of the 1920s, the Ford Motor Company offered car loans for as little as $5 down. With the average weekly full-time wage around $38, it was relatively easy for many Americans to buy Ford's Model T, priced at about $300. Today, 85% of new cars are financed, and Americans owe more than $1.2 trillion in car loans. What else has changed is the length of time people are paying on their cars. Historically, loan terms were 24 to 60 months, or 2 to 5 years. Long-term car loans are typically 72 to 96 months, or 6 to 8 years. About 34% of all car loans are long-term. That's because new cars are getting really expensive. The average price for a new car exceeds $32,000, while the median annual income is barely above that, at $38,000. No one can spend their entire salary on a car. So financing companies came up with a way to let you drive a new set of wheels off the lot. Let's assume you borrow $32,000 and your interest rate is 5%. The monthly payment for a 5-year loan will be about $604. That's pretty steep. The monthly payment for an 8-year loan is $405. You're paying $199 less each month for the 8-year term. But you're paying a lot more interest. Nearly $3,000 more for the longer loan. On top of that, interest rates are actually higher for long-term car loans. But a new car is an investment, right? Nope. New cars lose 20% of their value within the first year. After a few years, your car could be worth less than what you owe. That's a pretty poor investment. Yet that's a situation 33% of Americans face when trading in a car. Let's be honest. Most middle-class Americans can't really afford a $32,000 car. So when shopping, consider these 5 tips. 1. Buy a used car. On average, you could save as much as $15,000 for a 3-year-old car. That's very similar to the new model. 2. Know what you can afford. Apply for a pre-approved auto loan so you'll know your budget before you set foot on a car lot. Compare offers from multiple banks and credit unions to snag the best rate. Avoid taking out a loan directly from a dealership because the dealer gets a finder's fee. 3. Shop around for the best deals. There are plenty of resources on the web that can be helpful. Just be careful about giving out your contact information. Dealers are relentless callers and emailers if they get a hold of it. 4. Don't let the dealership upsell you. Resist the salesperson's tactics to convince you that you can afford a car you really can't. And you probably don't need the window tinting or chrome-plated wheels. 5. Save for a down payment. The general rule of thumb is 20%, but don't empty out your savings in the process. It's easy to fall in love with a shiny new car, and even to convince yourself that with a low monthly payment, you can afford it. But smaller payments made over a longer period of time actually add up to a much higher price tag. Do you really think you'll still be in love with that car in 8 years when you finally pay it off? Remember, that new car smell fades away, but saving yourself from debt is a love that lasts.